in Williamsburg. They moved down to Williamsburg. In Williamsburg, we settled into our rented bungalow on a tree-lined street adjacent to William and Mary campus. I had been accepted into law school, class commencing in the fall, but once in Williamsburg, I quickly realized that I was not yet emotionally ready for the rigors of law school, and I arranged with the dean to begin taking classes in January 1971 rather than in September. For the first several months, I felt completely adrift and cut off from the support I had while I was at the hospital. No one in the world outside the hospital had experienced the Vietnam War the way I had. Alone and isolated, I began to bottle up my feelings rather than try and share them with others. I raged inside at the unfairness of my situation. Having fought a war that cost me so dearly while leaving virtually all my new acquaintances untouched, I was now told in countless subtle ways that I could not vent my grief and frustration by talking about the war because it made society uncomfortable. I frequently chose to stay at home rather than venture out. My reclusiveness meant that there were fewer occasions to subject myself to the stares of curious onlookers, but it also made me a prisoner in my own home and increased my despondency. I remembered with despair my earlier student days when I trod barefoot on the hot bricks of the campus walkways, and the only checks on my freedom were self-imposed. I had begun to take solace increasingly in drink, and by the time the second semester classes began, I had to curtail a daily routine of a half a dozen drinks between the cocktail hour and bedtime. So he's heading down the path of alcoholism, if he's not already there.